So when it comes to the council, they're not known for doing you many favours. Like if you really needed their help, and if you really needed the council to do something for you, let's face it, they'd just tell you to swivel. Like there's no two ways about it, they would tell you to swivel. But if you decided to identify as a refugee, well, they will quite literally give you the roof over their head. Because the BBC article says, and to be fair, it does it in a very deceptive way. The headline says that an empty office is to become a home for families in need. Like, that's just the headline. It's to become a home for families in need. So anyone looking at that, anyone with a heart, would look at that and go, oh, it's alright. It's going to families in need, innit? It turns out, as always, there is a lot more to this story. Because it says, an disused office block. We'll forgive their spelling there. They're only earning billions. A disused office block has been transformed into apartments for families in need of housing. And it will be turned into 5 flats for refugees initially, before eventually being available to local families. So what it's going to do is it's just going to fill it to the brim with people from Afghanistan and Ukraine. Then, depending on how many years they decide to stay, then it says it's going to give it to the local population. Just on a side note, at that point in time, the local population, especially when it comes to the council's definition of the local population, that could quite literally be anyone from anywhere. But it says that this was part of a wider project that the council has done to provide 27 homes across the district, just for people, like I said, from Afghanistan and Ukraine. So just completely disregarding the local population. Just send them to one side for the moment. All they're going to do is just house half the planet. Like, they could have done this before. Like, you imagine how many council buildings are just going unused, and they're just sitting there empty day in and day out. But according to this, all the council had to do was just refurbish it and just open the door. But they didn't, no. They didn't want to do it when we needed it. They didn't want to know the British people. But now Afghan Allens come ringing. Well, they're just rolling out the red magic carpet. Like, honestly, it's an absolute joke. And it's always worthwhile mentioning the cost. But it says that the government has provided £3.6 million towards the project. They say the government has provided it. That's our money, so we've provided it. Not the government, they didn't put a penny into it. But it says that it's cost £9 million in total. £9 million? Just to house random people from random places, all at a time while our council tax is going up. But once Afghan Allen finally gets his free home in West Berkshire, he'll be very happy to hear that he can claim benefits for multiple wives. Honestly, it's just mad. And thank you for becoming one of the 39,331 subscribers.
This country has gone crazy.